Bikes. A sport that brings billions of people around the world together and apart at the same time. But there's one opinion that I have collected recently that I think everyone should know, and that is that everyone, including their mother, should own 4 bikes. Now, you can't just own 4 bikes, you have to have 4 specific type of bikes, and I'm here to explain to you why in this video. And of course, we have to start off with the casual, kind of upscale hardtail mountain bike. And as I'm referring to kind of upscale hardtail mountain bike, I'm meaning one with like 140 millimeters of travel, something trail oriented that most likely has a RockShox Recon on it. Trust me, once you get a bike like this, you'll know that there's a difference between a Walmart bike and a real bike. The reason why everyone has to start with the specific hardtail mountain bike is because this is monumental to your experience as a rider throughout all the years. A good hardtail mountain bike can make or break your career, or even your hobby if you're just a casual rider. Personally, I started off with a 2019 Specialized Fuse and I loved it. Except here's the reason why I say kind of upscale, because I threw it off of a jump 1 or 2 times and the headset just exploded coming down on it, which if I didn't have the mentality to go learn and try to fix my bike, I probably wouldn't be biking today because, dude, $200 and a 6-month wait was not in my rule book. Dude, I mean, come on. Some of these bike shops are just taxing for no reason, and this was during COVID. So, oh my gosh, it was a pain in the ass trying to get it working. Nonetheless, you need it. A good, solid, hardtail mountain bike. You'll learn all the basic riding techniques as well as 1 or 2 tricks on the way, such as wheelies or manuals. And of course, you can't forget that no-hander because you'll definitely be the coolest kid around the block. Within this phase of biking, I recommend you stay here for at least 1 or 2 years until you get that really, really deep urge within your heart to go and buy a new bike. And with that, the next bike you buy should not be another mountain bike. Hear me out, 12-year-olds. Road biking is not gay. The next bike you should buy is either a low-end or mid-range road bike. Now, you either may get an addiction to speed riding downhill on mountain bikes, or just feel like you're gaining a little bit too much weight, and mountain biking may not be cutting it for you. So, you get a road bike. And this is definitely a phase you cannot skip. This road biking will teach you that not just going over bumps is fun, but riding really, really fast in a group full of 10 to 15 people is also really fun as well. It just feels like you're getting carried away with the wind sometimes, and dude, once you zone out, it's over. You're just loving that experience and can't wait to go on another 50-mile bike ride the next day. And God forbid your friends get one. Whew, now you got a whole convoy going. These group rides will go harder than it is to beat the warden in Minecraft. And you can't forget the core memory of night rides on the road. I believe this is not only a core memory, but a canon event in most reasons. Firstly, you're riding at night, so of course you're going to be 10 times faster in all realms of your cycling. You most likely got your earbuds out and you're just talking to your friends, bumping some music along the road, flying. And we cannot forget flying, dude, because for some reason it just feels like you're going way faster than you are. You look down at your GPS, you're going 8 miles an hour, but it feels like you're going 18. I just love them. You'll never forget group rides, and if you haven't gone on one, I highly recommend a nightly group ride. Go to your city and find one of them out because, dude, these are fun and some unexpected stuff happens from time to time.
What is that? Oh shit!
Now the next thing we gotta talk about, we're going back to mountain biking. After that little road biking bonanza you had, you realize that mountain biking is fun and you kind of miss it. But with the new skills you gained on road biking, you feel like you need a little bit more of a bike to hit those bigger jumps, as well as fly through the air a bit more and gain some more speed, not flying off your pedals when you hit a route and your back end gets bucked up. Now for a new mountain bike, I would definitely go for a full suspension, but not too extremist on the travel. Remember, you're a road biker and you like to go fast, so you still want to maintain some speeds on the uphill and not get all of your pedaling energy pulled out of yourself when you're riding on a 300mm downhill fork. So I would say stick to anywhere from a trail bike to enduro bike range. This is just enough travel to get you hitting some bigger jumps, feel more confident on your bike, and of course feel like you're floating on those downhills, just flying over those routes. Now, an honorary mention I'd like to add to this next form of mountain biking phase is dirt jumpers. There's a little place in everyone's heart thinking, hey, I want to get a dirt jumper. And they're not really that expensive. You can get a solid dirt jumper build right now for around $1,000, especially brand new for around $1,000 as well. So if that pit in your heart grows big enough to want you to get a dirt jumper, go for it. It'll definitely be a completely unique experience because the frame geometry on dirt jumpers are completely whack when you first start riding them. And in a sense, you might become the roadie of mountain bikers because you'll be finding yourself riding street more than actual trails and a little bit in the jump park. In the skate park for that matter, you might get a couple people yelling at you saying, hey, bikes aren't allowed in the skate park. But as soon as you drop into that 13-foot bowl with a bike, your respect will definitely be gained amongst all the skaters. However, enough of that mountain bike talk. I think we have one more thing to get at. The final road-ish oriented bike. The decision of this one is very age-oriented and the most objective one on this stage. You can either get a new road bike or mountain-ish oriented bike, such as a fat bike. And maybe if you're lame enough, probably an e-bike. Nah, I'm joking. E-bikes are pretty cool, especially once you experience one. But enough with that e-bike propaganda. I recommend everyone for their 4th bike gets a fixed gear. With this, you'll realize how easy it is to maintain your bike, which will grow another level of passion in the sport for you. Another thing is, you'll also realize how cheap bicycle parts are. Not really, but you get what I mean. They can be very cheap, but with that fixed gear mentality, you might be spending money on some pretty stupid stuff. Check out my video here if you want to hear more about that. But nonetheless, you'll love this thing. You'll come to find out that this is the bike you love the most, mainly because it's the bike you worked on the most and kind of spend the most time around now. In the form of how you rode prior will really be assessed through fixed gear riding. It'll happen a couple of times where your heart will jump out of your chest, mainly because you forgot you're riding a fixed gear and you'll get bucked over your handlebars because the pedals do not stop. And it may make you a bit tougher. You might have to try a wheelie 1 or 2 times on a fixed gear, which is definitely skill in itself. You'll then loop out a few times and realize, holy crap, that hurt. In the end, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and you become a better rider all around. You'll see all these efforts in fixed gear riding trickle down into other parts of your riding, whether that be mountain biking or road cycling. But one day when you turn 50, you'll definitely be telling the youngins, hey, have you ever tried a fixed gear? And the passion keeps on moving on from there. The honorable mention of the 5th bike will definitely be another fixed gear, mainly because you found out how cheap they are and definitely want to do more custom builds for them, and most likely even try your first custom build as of that matter, because you found how cheap they are. And there is a potential as at this stage where you fall into the fixed gear trap, where the next 4 bikes you buy are all fixed gears and you do not want to admit to your wife how much you spent on them. Because God forbid she finds out you spent the kid's college tuition on some deep dish wheels, you might be sleeping out of the house for a couple of days.
How much was it?
They gave it to me.
However, let me know what you think. What are the 4 bikes you think everyone should own? I think 2 mountain bikes and 2 road-ish oriented bikes. They're monumental to your success and will keep you going for a long time. But in the end, it's up to personal preference. If you did watch the end of the video, make sure to like and subscribe. I do post YouTube shorts daily, and have a great rest of your day.